Hello again, everyone. This is Tom, the head of music for FreshAir.org UK in Edinburgh, and I'm now joined by the brilliant Eli from Inhaler. How's it going, mate?
How are you, mate? Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on. So firstly, we've got to talk to you about your new single, Falling In. It was premiered by Annie Mac on Wednesday night, and it's such a class tune, really punchy and anthemic. So how did it come about?
Kind of started off as like a Kinks ripoff with the opening riff. We kind of wanted to make
Nice.
kind of like a '60s rock and roll tune, and then it just kind of evolved as we started touring it. And we played it in Manchester actually for the first time, on one of the last tours, I think around Christmas. And it was just one of those songs that you play and you just know it just instantly connects with people, and you can see it on their faces. And then I think from that point on, we just kind of tried really hard to make it the next single, and yeah, we're really proud of it.
Yeah, that must be such a good
really
feeling.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I think to still be able to put out music under lockdown, I think we're really lucky. You know, like a lot of people don't get the chance to work at all, and we still get to, do one of the best parts of being a musician. So, yeah, we're really lucky, and I think we're just going to try keep putting out music during this whole thing.
Fantastic! It's good to have those in the back to be able to release. I mean, as you said, you've seen it kind of developed as you were going and playing it on tours. It seems to have quite a lot of different elements, and I mean, the vocals really cut through. And did you intend to make it so multi-layered, or was it kind of like that snowball effect that you're talking about? With the synth.
No, it was
strings.
It was exactly the snowball thing, because every sound check we kind of discovered something else about it, and then we'd go into the studio and then we'd expand that. I think the way we work is we don't take big chunks at a time to go to the studio. We kind of go to the studio whenever we get time off. So whenever we come off a tour, if we have 2 days in London here, we go into the studio. And I think that really shows in the way we work, because our music just keeps progressing and we're not getting tied down to any sound particularly.
Exactly. So it must feel a bit more natural for you to develop. Yeah,
exactly. Like there's no like framework for the way we work. I didn't use that for rhyme, but it's true. Like we don't go into the studio with a set of rules or like a set of like effects pedals that we want to use. Like we really just kind of try and serve the song and make that the most important thing.
Yeah. So talking a bit about the song lyrically and kind of looking from previous interviews you've done, you've talked a bit about ego. So in that respect, can it be kind of a difficult thing to become aware of, or something that you think kind of allows you to be in charge of who you are and how you develop?
Yeah, it's a scary thing though, because I think it can take control of you. And like when you're in a band and you're a performer, I think it comes naturally. It comes with the trade of getting up on the stage, and you kind of have to big yourself up every time you go on, and you have to pump yourself up and go, I'm the man. Or
It's a lot of mental energy to tell yourself that,
and it takes a lot of confidence to get up in front of people and play stuff that you write, and I think that can definitely inflate your ego. But on the other hand, it's a really important thing to have. As a performer, like David Bowie was a master of the ego. I mean, he had about 12.
Oh yeah.
So like,
you've seen some of his old interviews as well. They're class.
Yeah, and I think it's just a really important thing to have a grasp on and control over, and to not let it take you over, because
definitely,
you can start thinking you're a genius, and that's no good for anybody.
Yeah, definitely be a beast, that's for sure. We've also got to mention We Have to Move On. It was released in September last year, and it actually came to number 24 on the SRA Top 100 chart as voted by students across the UK. So
awesome.
Well done on that, by the way. Where did you get the inspiration for writing that one?
Sorry, what's that again? I missed it.
We Have to Move On.
I thought you were talking about Falling In.
No, don't worry.
We Have to Move On. That was it's funny, that song again kind of came about the same way as Falling In did. Like, it was a completely different song at the beginning. It was kind of like a lo-fi chill, slow kind of late night song. And then
really,
it was really different. And then we went into the studio and we were like, we wanted something fast, like on his face to play, and we just kind of sped it up, and it just worked. And we started playing it in the studio, and then we just re-recorded the entire thing.
Nice one.
But that was kind of like a freak of nature one that just came about. We don't know where it came from. It just kind of evolved out of that song, and then just became its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, that one must be a really fun one to play live as well. Does that seem to go down well in the crowd?
Yeah, really well.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite songs to play on the last couple of tours. With like the opening synth comes out, and then it's just got tempo, isn't it? I think I miss tempo in music.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, nice, really important.
So obviously 2019 was a really busy year for you all. Leading the beginning of the year as well, it was quite big. So you obviously got shortlisted BBC Sound of 2020. You got quite a bit of your tour done, and you've had time to get in the studio. Now, obviously 2020 hasn't really turned out as planned. So did you kind of feel it was a bit of a shock to the system, or do you think you've had a bit of time to rest with this lockdown and everything?
I think it's more of a shock to the system now that it's been so long. I didn't think we'd be in it for this long, you know. When we kind of had to cancel what we were doing and come back, like I was a bit relieved, to be honest, because we've been touring for so long. We hadn't really had time to just wind down. But it is strange kind of realizing that, you know, I don't know when we're going to be doing gigs again. Hopefully September, if everything goes to plan. But like, you know, it's such a strange situation to be in. I think we're all just kind of trying to adjust to we feel like we're like in school again, and like it's just very strange to kind of climatize to.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, speaking of the tour, actually, we will be very excited when you come back to Scotland, because I know you closed your gig over at SWG3 in Glasgow, and I mean that must have been such a class place to finish off the tour.
It was amazing. It was like an underground techno hangar. It was, and the backstage was crazy. It looked like Andy Warhol's studio. I love that venue, and
class place.
It just makes me want to go back to playing gigs, and Glasgow, and we haven't really actually gone around Scotland too much. We've only really been to Glasgow, so you know we need to go around. We wanted to go to Dundee and like Edinburgh.
Oh, please go to Edinburgh. You know, that'd be great.
yeah, I've heard it's lovely.
Yeah. That'd be really nice.
But so that's definitely, as soon as we get to come back on the road, we're going straight up to Edinburgh.
Get in. Good stuff, mate.
Yeah.
So I have to ask as well about the album. You said you'd had some time in the studio. How is it coming along? Is it kind of on hold at the moment, or have you just got those last bits?
It's actually it's definitely not on hold. I think it's actually, we're putting more work into it than we would have been able to if we were on tour. Like we're writing a lot more, and I think we kind of thought that we knew what was going to go on the album. A couple months ago, we were really confident that we could get it finished. But now that we've spent time writing, we've actually come up with some really good songs.
Oh, brilliant!
And we're just kind of trying to rethink the whole thing and just attack it properly and get a good strategy going.
Yeah,
I mean, you only get one shot at your first album.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I suppose that's a good thing of having this extra time to develop it a bit more. I mean, have you I imagine you've been all keeping up with each other during this process, and how have you been passing the time? You've been writing together and doing other fun stuff.
We've been writing together on Zoom,
nice.
Which has been a really weird experience, but it works quite well, because you can share your screen on Zoom, and we just get like our demos up on Logic or whatever it is, and we just kind of, you can all listen to it together and go in and edit parts, and it's nice. It's been really nice. I mean, I miss seeing their faces. I got to admit.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I think things are starting to ease up now in Ireland, so hopefully we'll get to see them soon.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And what kind of things you've been up to yourself? Have been any good albums you've been listening to, or good books or anything like that?
I've actually been taking the time to finally dig into Bob Dylan's career.
Oh yeah.
I'm obviously I'm a Bob Dylan fan, but I've really gone into like every one of his albums. I love it. He's got a new song called Murder Most Foul.
Oh,
which is 17 minutes long.
It's insane, isn't it? I mean, the thing with Bob Dylan is like he's got so much content that it's just like
you can listen to
you
it for
need
hours.
a lockdown to like sift through it.
Yeah, to do that. So like, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've just kind of been trying to like get into some artists that I might have, you know, glanced over, or like movies that I might have not seen. And
Exactly.
like I watched this movie called Vanilla Sky the other day with Tom Cruise and Penelope. Forget her last name. But anyway, like I've just been seeing some strange films, and just trying to get inspired for the album, I think.
Oh, class.
You know, keep the brain busy.
Exactly, keep it busy. That's always good. And so to finish off, more or less, we're going to go back to your album now. So what kind of stuff should our listeners expect from your new album, if you wanted to kind of sum it up in a few words? I know it's always a difficult job to do, and how it's kind of evolving now every day.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't expect the same thing twice. I think we're definitely not going to make an album full of singles. I mean, there'll definitely be a handful of singles on there, but we want to make it something fresh to listen to, and something that like our fans have never heard before. And we want to push it in a different direction, you know. So I mean, we're really letting loose. I can't wait to go in the studio and finish it off. I'm pacing around the room right now just thinking about it.
Man. Oh, that's class. It's going to be really exciting when you finally get it finished and come in with that new energy fresh from lockdown. Yeah,
exactly. I've a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So thanks so much, Eli. It's been an absolute pleasure to interview. You can check out Falling In now. It's released on Wednesday, I believe, premiered by Annie Mac. So go and check it out. It's a class tune. And Eli, good luck for the new album. Hopefully we'll see you up in Scotland when this all ends.
Hopefully, Tom. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Man. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Bye-bye.